bring up everything I need to bring up. This is live streaming. Let's go back and let's start off on the right foot. Or start off on the left foot, whatever you want to do. Doesn't really matter. Let's see. Everything's good. Looks like everything's good. I don't like the fact that this is like, I feel like I need to turn like that way. Like I'm not centered in the camera and it bothers me. You know? Let me switch my account here. Because I'm trying to upload on the whole Andrew Tate situation on my reaction channel. Because that's definitely interesting the way that that's all playing out. Guys, we have 44 people here. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here. I do want to go to subscribers only. So if you're not a subscriber, or if you are a subscriber, you can chat. If you're not a subscriber, then would not be able to. Good day to you all. Yep. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What will happen to Lunik? What will happen to Lunik? I mean, that's a open-ended question. I mean, there's a lot of gray area there. What will happen to Lunik? Like whether Coinbase lists it or whether we will see things run. I think there's a lot that we need to discuss. I mean, I put out a video yesterday. I don't think got a lot of views, but I definitely put out a video yesterday. On the situation of burning, and I typically talk about that stuff quite a bit. And yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm so I want to see the 0.2% burn on exchanges. And I know a lot of other people do, but then you have people that just tend to disagree because they just want to disagree. They're saying that burning would not help out with CEXs. Like that would do anything to anyone. It's always there's always a way to shut something down. Like if you just don't like people, there's always a way to shut something down. I mean, I tend to try and get everybody together, but there's always people that just say, you know what, I don't agree with this person, or I don't agree with where we stand here. But then eventually they end up agreeing. Like I hate the fact that I'm like, oh well, burning was the way. Then people come out and say, oh, burning is not the way. And then after what they say fails, they go, oh well, maybe we should focus on burning. It's like, what? What are you even talking about, man? I don't know what you want at this point. Like, what do you even want? Do you even know what you want? And it's so concerning to where I don't even want to have conversations with some of these people that are so indecisive that just don't know what the hell's going on in the community. Good morning, Matt. May I be the first to say Classic Crypto and Crypto King are steering our community in a direction that makes me want to sell my position. How do they have so many followers? Because the reason why they have so many followers is because every single second they're mentioning Lunik to $1 or do you hold so much Lunik? When you go on Twitter and you type in all of those things like, hey, you know, do you hold Lunik? Who's still holding it? Hit the like button. Those things go start trending, and then people start following them. But if they post about something other than that, they're not going to get the same amount of following. Now, I post about Lunik a lot as well, but I don't overpost about it. So many followers on Twitter where a lot of people make reactions off of versus followers on YouTube that people are not don't have a crazy reaction to things that are on YouTube. I mean, they still have a reaction, but not as much as people on Twitter. Um, so I understand where you're coming from. It just doesn't make sense to me at all. I think with the last couple of things that I've seen from Crypto King, he understands that this 0.2% proposal that I have would not affect anything else besides us. It would help us out in such a big way. The investors, help the community out. It will help the project out, and you'll be able to see the growth potential. You'll be able to see the ceiling. Um, now, I can tell you that I've been wrong about a couple of things, and I will admit that I've been wrong about a few things. And some things that I thought I was wrong about that I actually wasn't. But I've been right in most situations about basically everything here. When it comes to the 1.2%, when it comes to the Binance situation, what they would do with their burns, what should be at the forefront right now, what's the most important piece right now. If you don't understand that utility right now is not the most important piece, you're blind to what is happening in crypto. The reason why crypto runs so much is because it's just based off of popularity, not based off of utility. If it's based off of utility, I did see a video like that. If it's based off of utility, then you would see more stable growth to where we're up 10%, 30%. But the fact that we see cryptocurrency that goes up 100%, 200%, 70,000%, like what we had with Terra Luna Classic from the bottom to where we saw at this, top point of this low point here, if that makes sense. The reason why you're seeing that is because of popularity, not because of utility. Utility will become a main player in the game, but right now it's not. And I just want to say that. And that's where people don't understand what's happening here. So I don't know. I'm just trying to let everybody know where my opinion is. And if they agree with me, then they agree with me. I'm transparent. I show people everything that I have here. So it's not anything to where I'm like, I don't have it. I don't have that information, or I don't have the position, or am lying to you. Free Tate. Apparently he's already been freed. Um, is Coinbase listing Lunatic? From what I understand, a lot of people believe that this is going to happen. Now, there's always a chance that it might not happen. I think it might not happen on the 3rd. We might end up seeing it happen a little bit later, but just for like anticipation. But then if it doesn't happen, then what happens to Terra Luna Classic, right? Hey Matt, is it true that Coinbase is listing Lunatic? It's definitely a rumor. It's not 100%. I would love if they confirmed it, but it's definitely a rumor. I had to get a phone and went to import my wallet, and it doesn't accept any seed phrase. I'm out 15 million Lunatic and the Lunatics / Exodus NFTs. I'm about over Lunatic. Had so much hope, but so much in. So Keith, do you have a password for that? Because passwords, I wouldn't say about recovering it completely, but you should be able to. There's no other way that you can get to that, because if you get to it, I had the same issue, but it wouldn't accept my seed phrase, and that's where I kind of struggle with. I'm like, I want to make sure I have my wallet on as many devices as possible, because if it's not accepting my seed phrase, then I lose my Terra Luna Classic. And it did that with my last one, where I actually had the seed phrase. I said, I put down everything. I copied everything like word for word. I did not, and I even copied it on the actual, which they don't tell you to do. Typically, they tell you to write it down and all that stuff. But I copied it, digitally, and tried to paste it in there, and it did not work. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't accept it, but I've heard of many people that have had this problem as well. So what I recommend when you go through a situation like this is have your wallet on as many devices as possible. Because if you do, when you end up changing your phone, you have access to it to create a new account and send it to a brand new wallet that you can put on your phone. It's going to be kind of overkill for you to do that, but at least you still have your Terra Luna Classic. I don't want anybody to lose that stuff. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate have been arrested in Romania. Be prepared. Things are getting heated now. From what I understand, they've been released. Hey Matt, is it true? Oh yeah, I read that. What do you think about Pi Network? I've never really looked into it. It's a new coin. Pi Network was the one that you mine from your phone, or it's a whole another one? Guys, we have 124 people here. If you could hit the like button, please do so. Ethope, if you can access your wallet on your old phone, hopefully you haven't deleted the apps. Also, seed phrase is finicky. Just make sure there's no spaces in the phrase. Yeah, for me, I don't know what happened because there were no spaces. Um, I just copied and pasted it, and it did not work. Um, and I even changed things around. I put it into Word to see if anything is spelled wrong, and there was one word that was actually spelled wrong, but I don't know why because I copied it, so they must have spelled it wrong. Nothing to think about. Pi Network, it do nothing. Yes, the password works. Yes, I have my password and seed phrase. It just says invalid when I type anything. It said the same thing for me. Do you have access to it on any other device, like anywhere? Your old device, um, whatever you do. If you don't have access to it, um, if you make a new wallet, make sure you put it on, because what I have is I have it on Chrome. I have it on my other computer on Chrome. I have it on this phone. I have it on my other phone, just in case, anything does happen. Like say if this phone breaks and just or falls into a lake or something like that, I still have access to everything, whether it's my MetaMask wallet, my DeFi wallet, and I have access to all of those seed phrases as well. Even though MetaMask and DeFi, the DeFi wallet, both give you access to your seed phrases. Uh, um, Terra Station does not. I mean, technically, that's more of a security thing if you don't give them access to seeing their seed phrase ever, and you just have to write it down the first time, then that's a better form of security because if someone came into my house and just logged in my computer, they can log right into my, well, technically, they would need my password. Um, but still, they would have access to at least the ability to type in the password. I still have my old phone. The question is, will it turn on? The whole reason I had to get a new one. Okay, yeah, find a reason or find an ability to turn it on so that you can. Um, what I would do is try and add it to Chrome from your phone so that you don't have to do all of the different work on your phone. Because if it turns on and you have a limited amount of time, you want to make sure you use that time wisely to where you're just boom, copying it, whatever you're doing, and going on about your day. Sticking on charging cable and see, yeah, just try. You got to try. You don't want to lose 14 million Luna because that could be worth $14 million at some point, and then you'll really be upset. So, anyways, I'm trying to upload on the Andrew Tate situation because, from what I'm understanding, he has been released, and a lot of people release information, um, way too early. Like they follow news, where news has like 10%. I understand that I'm not an Andrew Tate fan. I don't agree with a lot of things that he says. There are some things that I may agree with because he talks a mile a minute. So if you're sitting here, um, that made me think of somebody saying a mile a minute. And they're like, a mile a minute, that's like 60 miles per hour. That's not even that fast. Um, but yeah, I think like he does talk a lot. So when he does talk a lot, you have maybe some things that you can agree with, but most things, his overall demeanor and how he holds himself, I don't know. Why would you even need 33 cars at this point? Just buy a car, get tired of it, sell it, get a new car. You don't need to have 33 cars. And who holds 33 cars? Like what? Uh, no, you don't mind anything with the phone. Um, at Pi mining with the phone is misleading. You're stealing your data like most other apps. Whew. Hey, let me type this in. Give me a second. It's crazy how many videos I've seen about Andrew being arrested. and it's just funny. And something came out from Aiden about him being released. Just trying to get some news, see what's happening. DJ Trev, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Hey Matt, about the import thing, um, before from Terra Station to Terra Rebel, do we have to re-import our Lunic into Terra Station? Wait, wait, about the import thing before from Terra Station to Rebel Station, do we have to re-import our Lunic into Terra Station? You shouldn't have to re-import your Lunic into Terra Station if you're going to, you know, use your seed phrase to recover. Um, in a Rebel Station, you're basically taking all of your coins that are on the chain and you're recovering your coins on Rebel Station by doing that. I'm not going on Rebel Station. I just created a new Terra Station address or a new Terra Station wallet. Um, and yeah, I now have my seed phrase, so I should be able to recover it. Should be able to recover it. I got to make sure it works, which I am gonna do that. I did transfer all of them over there, and I do want to restake or redelegate my coins into this new wallet. So I'm gonna be staking everything soon. I just don't know with who. Um, so we'll see. Watching with a glass of Guinness. Well, it is 6:51 a.m. for me, so I'm not watching with a glass of Guinness or any type of glass. I don't even have orange juice. I thought I would. I hate dead spots. Um, Hi, dude. Is Coinbase listing info legit or some hoot in a hat? I don't know what that last part is, but it is just a rumor right now. It's not anything that's 100% confirmed. It's still just a rumor. Richie's Plain Talk. First of all, the great videos that you have. I was watching a couple of them, and I love how they're structured. But thank you for the $50 super chat, Matt. Why can't our dev team get a hold of the executives of the exchanges and ask them all to start burning on a certain date? So they probably can talk to them, especially with the fact that like Ed has a lot of followers or a decent amount of followers. Um, seeing even Zardar that has a good amount of followers. But the point is that we need the people, we need us, all of us to, get a hold of them and get a response from them. Um, because right now they're not pressured into doing it. Even if our devs came out and said, we talked to KuCoin, Coinbase, whoever has the Lunic listed, right? Even if they did talk to them, they still wouldn't have any type of pressure to do what we want them to do. So I think what we need to do is continue to post on Twitter, retweet on Twitter, have hundreds of thousands of views and likes and retweets to have Binance do something, right? Boycott Binance or something. My nose is stuffed. Boycott Binance or boycott KuCoin or boycott Gate.io or wherever. We need to find a way to, kind of pressure them into doing this. If we don't pressure them into starting the burn, we will never have the burn. So, thank you for that $50 super chat. I really do appreciate it. It's you say it's 7:52 p.m. Well, then that's the time to have a pint of Guinness. Not for me. I'm not really a Guinness person. I don't think I am. I've had it like once in my beginning stages of drinking beer. or lager. Um, and now I kind of drink a lot of things. So not saying like I constantly drink beer, like that's not the case. I go to breweries and I will. I'm surprised I said that word right. I struggle with the word brewery usually. Um, that's a word that I cannot say for the life of me, but I just said it twice. So I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for that, for saying that word. Um, just because it's so difficult. Um, but yeah, I think with the whole burning situation, we need to have um, we need to continue to apply pressure, and I want to do that on Twitter, but I can't do it alone. So I need help from everyone out there that is an influencer, that may have a little bit of a following, that may get any type of likes off of retweets or tweets in general. And we just need to apply pressure to some of these exchanges because they don't have any pressure. Binance felt the pressure when we were saying boycott Binance. I'm telling you, when we decide to take coins off of their platform, they do not like it, right? They understand that people will move coins around. Usually you have a metric to tell you how many coins are coming in, how many coins are going out, right? Are people sending Lunic in there, the inflow, the outflow of Lunic? Because, or the inflow and outflow of any position, because you want to know what's staying on your platform, what assets are staying with you after you purchase them. So if we decide to say, you know what, we're going to take off all of the supply of Terra Luna Classic, that's $1 billion project that you're now you spent your money on, and we're going to take this off of your platform. If we say that we're going to do that, then they will start to get worried, and then they will start to implement things, or at least hear things out, agree to doing it as long as everybody else does it. But we need to apply pressure. We do. You can rant as well, Richard. Plenty of ranting to do. There's a ton of ranting, yeah. Binance is megalomaniac. Wait, Binance a megalomaniac wants to monopolize his position using Lunic and leverage on the community as he holds a majority. He does that with everything, right? CZ buys every single coin, buys as much as he can in order to have the most volume in that position. Even positions that really don't have any type of popularity right now, he'll buy all the position because he can, right? He'll buy it for a cheap price, and then you'll see maybe it does run a little bit because now it's on the Binance platform. And it's understandable. It's understandable why he's doing that. But he's trying to create a monopoly with his business with Binance. And I believe he's getting close to being successful, but people are starting to see through that. Sorry, just joined. When is Coinbase planning to list Lunic, if at all? So it's supposed to be on the 3rd when they are going to be either an announcement or listing Lunic. And that's the rumor right now. That is the rumor. But I didn't even show the market. You want to show the screen? We've been here for 23 minutes and we haven't even shown the screen yet. So don't forget, most of the devs think burning isn't paramount right now. They won't take it upon themselves to push that initiative. I mean, do they really think that burning is not at the forefront, or not one of the most important things, but at least important? I'm sure that Ed understands that burning is important, but maybe he doesn't think it's the most important piece. I do believe that getting that supply down is the most important piece. Creating utility, yes, and a lot of people do believe that utility should be a thing. But if you create utility in something to where people are just looking for gains and don't get the amount of gains that they want, because when you do have solid utility, you see very consistent, low, slow, consistent growth. That's what you see when you actually have utility. I think there's Ethereum has utility, but doesn't have a full use case to it, right? Eventually, we will see what that use case can be. Because right now, I mean, you're using it for fees, you're using it for NFTs, but it's not something where it's like, all right, this is a solid use case and will always be used for that and will hold a certain value at least to do so. So it's interesting. I don't think utility is the most important piece, but that's my opinion, and everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I'm not going to say that people are dumb or wrong for thinking utility is important because it is important. I just don't think it is as important right now. Um, so, and plus, like I said, I don't think the devs can really um, like they really hold that much power. Even if they get in contact with somebody, one person doesn't hold enough power. You need a lot of people. You need the entire community because if they're not going to do it because they don't have a reason to, we need to give them a reason to do it. Guys, we're almost at 100 likes. We have 80 likes right now. What about ledger users? Do we have to make another? You shouldn't. No, it's on the chain. As long as you have your seed phrases. 1 cent is realistic than $1. It is more realistic right now. With any type of burning, it becomes more realistic to see higher levels like 2 cents, 3 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents, $1, all of those levels, right? Once you see burning, that's taking place. But right now, without the burns, because we're not seeing a lot, 1 cent is the level that we definitely believe we can get to, if not a little bit higher, maybe even 2 cents. But the point is that we need to see burns because we don't want to see it. I would love to see it above $120 billion market cap, but I feel like $120 billion market cap is like the ceiling of the ceiling right now. So, and that's sort of kind of unrealistic to tell you the truth. I mean, others have gotten there, but it's kind of unrealistic compared to cryptocurrencies, just standard cryptocurrencies. I'm optimistic about Lunic, and I'm sure within the interval of 3 years, Lunic will reach $1. You might be right. Uh, what doesn't? Are senses when we can't get Lunic on Binance.us. Um, in a bull run, it could hit $1. Um, not with this supply. With this supply, no. Because that's still a $6 trillion market cap. That's way too high. That's literally 6 times what Bitcoin was at its highs. So I would say no. But with burning and a bull run, yes, that's 100% true. I do believe we can get there. Let's check out the markets right now because we haven't even looked at my screen. Let's open up my screen a little bit and let's look at this. So the current market is down. It's at a $791 billion market cap. We are down about 1% today. You're seeing Ethereum that's down. That's been hovering around the same amount, 1,200 for I don't even know how long at this point. It's been right around there for a while. Bitcoin still around 16.5. You're seeing BNB that's at $243, down 1% today. XRP that's down about 2%, down to 33 cents. Dogecoin is about 7 cents. It's down 4% today, 12% over the last 7 days. Cardano, it's down about 2%, down to 24 cents. This just keeps dropping. Cardano just keeps getting to a better and better price. I should have held out until these points, but I wasn't sure that the markets would continue to drop this far. I thought that we would see more consolidation with everything, but Cardano is dropping pretty hard, down 6% in the last 7 days. Polygon's even down. Shiba Inu slightly up, probably because of the news that Shibarium is coming soon. I mean, they have this news all the time. Solana's at $9. That's a good price. It's down 23% in the last 7 days. I know people are often on about Solana and what will happen there. I do believe we can have quite a bit of a return with Solana. Will it get back to all-time highs? Probably not. The reason I'm saying that is because Solana adds more to the circulating supply from where it was at these all-time highs. You saw it less than like 200 million, and now you're seeing it at like 367 million coins. So definitely adding coins to the circulating supply, which decreases the potential or the price ceiling. Cosmos at $9.27. That has 286 million coins available as well. You're looking at, did I say 286 or 289? It's 286 million. Chronos, that's about 6 cents. Circulating supply to 25.2 billion. Would love to see that come down. Algorand, that's at 16 cents. That's at a very, very low price. I might have to pick up more Algorand. I don't want to spend any more money, but I might have to pick up more Algorand. That may be a thing. Terra Luna Classic is down by less than 1%, less than 0.5%, less than 0.25%. And it's up in the last 7 days, still 6%. From where it was at its lower point of these levels. So the markets don't really look great. I can't wait until we start seeing nothing but positivity in the markets, but it may be some time until we see that. So we just have to keep sitting here and, hoping for the best, hoping for some growth, hoping for some movement. And, we're not getting it right now. Guys, we're 10 likes away from 100 likes. If you guys can do that, I would appreciate it. Lunic is not dead. Everyone wrote it off from the start. Strong community. Do your own research. Absolutely. Will someone answer this for me? Is burning more important than utility? So for me, if you wanted to ask me, yes, I do believe that burning right now, and that's, I want to make sure that that's the key word or keywords right now. Is more important than utility for Lunic. The reason why is because it creates popularity, and the crypto market is all about popularity. If you look at any utility that was brought on, there have been many forms of utility, quote unquote utility, that have been brought on for Lunic, but look what it has done for the position. Absolutely nothing. You see no running, people talking about a metaverse, talking about games, talking about NFTs, the launch of all these things, but you know what happens? No movement in the markets. Not saying that it's not a great use case or won't be a great use case, but it's not the most important piece. However, you see something where nobody's even utilizing Terra Luna Classic. You're seeing Binance do a burn where they're just decreasing the supply, and all of a sudden the price jumps by 20-30%. So you understand what is important with increasing the price. Now, for the long term, it's great to establish some sort of utility or a plan for utility. That would be even better. A plan for utility, and understand that the burning would be included in that plan. But the more you don't include burning in that plan, the less movement we are going to have with this position. We want to see that we're going to have consistent burning. Binance creating a consistent burn. When they do the burns, we see popularity, we see growth, we see movement. But when we see all of these other things that are happening with the form of utility that have standard burns, very small burns that go with it, you're not seeing as much movement. So important piece right now is that we as investors get what we came here for as an investment, which is gains. Now, not to say that we're not going to stick around, because most people think the same way. When they make their money out of a position, they go back to the position and support it for the long term. For me, I have my plan on when I plan to sell. So I'm going to sell portions here at 0.008, some portions at 2 cents, some portions at 5 cents, some portions at 10 cents. All of these levels I will make moves at, but in the end, I will still hold Lunic. I will still hold some, and hopefully it's somewhere around the same percentage that I'm holding now, which it's not a high percentage. It's not like I'm holding 1%, but it still is a percent, or close to a fraction of a percent. So I think, in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, that popularity and anything to do with popularity is more important than utility. And burning has a major play in popularity and movement. So that's what I would say. Hold, just hold. Haters gonna hate when they are proven wrong. Yeah, seems that way. Thank you, Matt. We are all in crypto to make money. Once once in a lifetime. High risk. High risk is high reward. High risk is high reward. I mean, with Terra Luna Classic, there's certain situations, right, where you can risk a lot and it has a high reward, or you can risk a little bit and still has a high reward. Because Terra Luna Classic, when I invested into it, I risked a very small amount, a low risk that I made, even though the position may be higher risk with the movement dropping down by over 99%, right? Um, so it's still a low risk for me, but it's high reward because I've already gained 70,000%. Now, can I gain more? This would still be considered, maybe depending on how much you're investing, a low risk, super high reward potential. If you risk $100 out of having the potential to risk 1,000, you're risking only 10% of that overall position to make whatever you can make, right? It may be, $100,000. It may be $20,000, whatever. You may be able to turn that money into so much more with this investment as time goes on. So I wish I would have invested a lot more because I would have like 300 or $400,000 at this point. But damn, MetaMask wouldn't let me buy anymore. Um, we're we're good. Burn first. Oh, this is like being weird. Forward Lunic meta NFTs, etc. don't mean anything. Definitely agree. Burns pump prices hard. Agree, Matt. Yeah, I mean you can see it. The proof is in the pudding. Never use that phrase or that statement, but I've I just said it. Uh, how many people made serious money off of Shiba Inu from the start? Um, a lot of people made serious money off of Shiba Inu from the start. But when it comes to where they invested into as it started to decrease, a lot of people started to make that investment on the way down rather than on the way up. But there was a ton of people in the beginning that made a lot of money. But the people that came on later, they haven't really made money at this point. Obviously, the prices have come down, so they've potentially, well, they have lost money. Um, so a lot of people made money in the beginning, but with a down market, it's just like anything. How many people made money on Ethereum on the way up? I'm sure people made money on Ethereum. Some people sold, some people didn't. There are people that invested at 65,000. There were people that were telling me, "Hey, invest in Bitcoin at $50,000 because you won't be sorry." And I mean, in the future, you might be right. It might end up going to $100,000. It's not 100% certain that it's going to stay at these prices. And we may see an eventual recovery. Um, but people were telling me to invest in $50,000 then. Now, granted, it did go down to 20 and then go back up to 69,000. But it still went from 50,000 down to 25 or 30,000 or something like that, and then increased back up to 65 or 69. So it would have been a tough road to see you invest at $50,000 and then lose $20,000 of that in a matter of months, and then it increases back up. But by that time, you may have a lot of people that give up on the position because they feel as though they're going to lose all their money. If they're losing $20,000 already, what's to say they wouldn't lose 30,000 or 40,000, right? And everything has had those same impacts. It's just Terra Luna Classic had also the collapse in it if you invested in at $80 or $120. Devs made money from the beginning on SHIB. Devs have been making a lot of money on SHIB. How many people? I read that. Devs have made a lot of money. I would agree with you there, MD. Um, Shiba Inu people were negative and proven wrong. Let me scroll past here. I sold half my BNB for H bar. I think that will be a smart move. Yeah, it's totally up to you. I bought more BNB, or I bought BNB, $1,000 worth recently. It was like a week ago or something, because I do think BNB will have potential. I just hope Binance doesn't get into any type of situation. Is Luna minting new coins yet? It's planned for the future. I haven't seen anything. I know they will be minting coins in the future once they re-enable the algorithm. That's just how it goes. Um, but it's supposed to be something that's kind of like a back and forth to where minting and burning, depending on what's happening with USTC. Bitcoin is at a point where, wait. Bitcoin is at a point where, as a normal working class person, the rewards ain't there, and ETH, unless you have a couple of hundreds, thousands to spend. So I think ETH definitely has more potential. I think for Bitcoin, it's just so difficult to see something that's a 317. So if we look here, let me actually go here, 317 billion-dollar market cap, and expect it to rise so much more. Like, expect it to rise to a level of a $2 trillion market cap or something like that. For Ethereum, I can see the use case that's behind it, but I can at least see that rise to a $1 trillion market cap. And if it does, that's, it's not exactly a 10x return, but let's just say it is, because I always look at the first number. That's like a 10x return, right? So you're getting way more of a return than what you would have with Bitcoin getting back to its all-time highs, or even to double what its all-time highs were, right? Because it's probably dollar-wise you're getting a lot, but it's difficult to see it. So I understand where you're coming from. They're both at high market caps, and you expect to invest into something that has a lower market cap to where you can gain so much more out of it. Like Terra Luna Classic at $1 billion, you hope that it would get to a $100 billion market cap, which is 100 times where your position is right now. So we're all a fan of that. I'm a fan of that. You're a fan of that. Everybody should be a fan of seeing things that can increase and that will increase. And I think Terra Luna Classic is one of those. I think ADA is one of those. I think a lot of positions that are down here, in the lower billions, 8 billion, 10 billion, 1 billion, whatever it is. I like pudding. Lunik is stopping the stupid mint move. Yeah, I mean, right now, like for this proposal, like they're trying to stop that the minting that's happening, or that's supposed to happen with all the burning. Nobody wants to mint anything right now. We need to burn everything. Do you believe Ludic Dex will be established? I'm not sure. That would be a lot of burning, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not 100% sure. Matt, what's your opinion for the next bull market? Are we going to Are you going to sell most of your positions and reinvest in stronger coins during the next bear market, like selling SHIB to buy ETH? Guess that's a good question. 50K for Bitcoin, yeah. So that's a good question. Am I going to, in the next bull market, am I going to start to sell different positions to buy, stronger positions there? Well, it all depends what they are, right? Because I know with Ethereum, I plan on only holding about 3 for the long term. Now, maybe it could be more depending on how much I make with Terra Luna Classic and any other lower, market cap position right now. But yes, in the bull market, I do plan on taking a lot out and putting it away. The problem is that I need to put it away for taxes. I usually invest money for taxes so that I can like gain a little bit more over time and then take them out in the new year when I'm about to pay taxes. That's always a great situation. It's worked for me in the past to where I've turned, $10,000 that I needed for taxes into $20,000+ so that I can pay the $10,000 that I needed. But then in the new year, I didn't have to pay any of the gains that I had with that money because I took it out after the year happened. Now in the new year, I would have to pay for that gain or account for that gain, but I would also have a a way to build that tax money as well. So I would take the original tax money as well as new tax money and put it into the same lump sum to where now I can pay taxes on that money, but then keep money that's in this portfolio gaining enough, right? So that's really what I wanted to do, but this year hasn't really worked out that well. Things have been falling back quite a bit. So I'm going to have to add money to the tax money rather than take it out. Or I would just pay it all together and not take money out of the markets. That's the issue is that I deal with is when you start to get the tax season, people start to take money out of markets because they usually reinvest their tax money to try and gain a little bit more. Most people don't just hold it and let it sit there because it's like sort of burning a hole in your pocket. But if you put it into an investment, and it's gaining a little bit more, then it turns out to be a different situation. Now, if the investments come back though, then it's not really a good one. Um, no return on Bitcoin anymore as an investment right at this time. Bull run life. Quant is Quant is a really good coin with high potential. I agree with that. Is Terra Terra Classic decentralized or centralized? Seems to be more centralized with the devs uh, holding most. What do you mean? Seems to be more centralized with the devs holding most. Um, the I would say right now it's more centralized. I think a lot of cryptocurrencies are more centralized with how um, uh, we look at the main way that we purchase it, the main way that we get it, the main way that we acquire it is through these exchanges that especially Binance that holds 2.3 or however much they hold, what 2.3, 2.4 trillion coins. Let's see top holders. So yeah, 2.3 trillion coins. Like obviously you can say, yeah, I mean, eventually we want to get to the point to where a lot of different cryptocurrencies are more on the decentralized. We should see most transactions happen in DEXs, but we're seeing majority of transactions happen in CEXs, not DEXs. Um, is it me or the supply went up or down on crypto market cap or coin market cap? I'm not sure. I mean, coin market cap tends to have a lot of things wrong with the supplies. They update things, but they can't keep track of absolutely everything. They report what's reported to them. Matt, get yourself some decongestion nasal spray, Sudafed. It's a good one, and you'll be able to breathe again. So I can breathe. It's just yeah, I know what you mean. I have some stuff. I just haven't used it because one, I can't find it, and two, I wake up in the morning with the fan, and then I'm just like I don't know, congested a little bit, and then throughout the day, probably somewhere around 9 o'clock, I'm usually fine. You can't outrun the tax, man. Uh, he loves us all. I hear you. You try and do that to where you're trying to gain as much as you can, but it just seems like it's adding it more and more to the overall tax burden that you would have in the next year, and the next year, and the next year. It's it's a problem. I hate taxes, but I have to pay them because they're supposed to go to good use, even though I don't feel like they are. If you pay taxes, you should also receive when in the red. What is the point? Otherwise, you should go two ways. So they do that, but only up to a certain amount, because then people will take advantage of that and talk about and have the money that they lost within investments, and it'll make up for any gains that they did have for their businesses. So they'll find a way. Businesses will find a way to um, uh, take advantage of that, and they've done that in the past. They do it with the way the tax system is right now. When we started reminting 50%, CZ dropped the burn 50%. He probably thought uh, that's all they're going to burn. It's all I'll give them. I mean, that's true. That is very, very true. He's like, that's all they're going to burn. That's all I'm going to give them. Yeah, but technically, they're as you do that, it's still not like they're going to end up. Well, they were going to end up putting things into this community pool, anyways. Um, so I guess no matter what, you can't really run away from the fact that it is going to be 50% is going to go to the community pool, or was going to go to the community pool. Um, Now being 10%, I think they're trying to pull that away as well. Taxes are the biggest cash grab on earth. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, doing simple math, you can understand that there's a lot of money that goes into the government every single week. If you keep in mind there's probably about 230 million working Americans. Yeah, so if you have a tax to where people are getting, you have taxes in businesses, but the overall tax is going to be like 39, 40%. Um, if you even take $1 of that and tax it per week, that's $230 million per week. Imagine what the actual taxes are to state and local and everywhere. How the hell are we not getting things done? Like, what is it? Like, I mean, I don't understand it. I do understand it, but I don't understand it at the same time. They take our money and they spend it on things that, like bills. And this is, I guess, we can. It's not really political. It's just talking about the government. They take our money and then they spend it on things. They'll have a bill, but then they'll have things inside those bills that they want to spend money on, like a dinner for two at Olive Garden. Like they'll put that in the bill. Or get money sent to tax-free accounts in a tax haven country. What do you think about Gala? I did like Gala. I still do like it. I think I just really struggle with the total supply. Why is that not coming up? With the circulating supply, that's something that I always struggle with because you have a total supply here of 35.2, but then a circulating supply of 7 billion. So it's definitely a sort of a tricky situation for me. Anytime I see positions like this, I always struggle with circulating supplies and make sure that they have enough that's out there. Guys, we got about 8 minutes here, so if you want to, we'll try and make the questions or answer the questions pretty quickly. 500K a year for presidents for life. What are you talking about? Oh, because they're not doing like paid endorsements or whatever. I'd rather stick with the paid endorsements. Uh, Pay Caesar what owed Caesar. Without taxes, we are just a third world country. I'm not saying taxes aren't real. I mean, taxes are okay, but I think we need, um, I think we just need an explanation or transparency as to where all the tax money is going. I'm sure you can get a full breakdown somewhere, maybe, but it just seems like how much we actually pay in taxes. It's a lot of money, like a lot of money. Oh wait, half the country uh have an average income of 48K, and those people don't pay 40% tax on a small percentage. Wait, on a small percentage, people pay that 40% tax. So typically, it goes through the business and the employee. So if somebody's working for a business, you're paying a portion of that tax, and they're paying a portion of that tax. You're not paying the full 40%, but the business is paying a certain portion of that tax as well. So that's where that comes from. It's not just necessarily the people that are making 48K. So, but the taxes are still going there. It's just going there in a separate format. So the employee versus the employer, and that portion is coming together to pay those taxes. So, and if you own your own business and you don't hire anybody, you're paying the taxes, which is like 40, maybe even 50%. And depending where you live, it could be as high as 60%. Classie Crypto new video, 48 billion. Uh, KuCoin move. Do you know anything about what's happening? I don't know anything about the 48 billion that has moved from. I can look into it. Is KuCoin trending at all right now? Always like to see if something's trending. Cryptocurrency market is trending. That's 2,200 tweets. Uh, let's see. What am I looking for? What am I looking for again? Uh, 48 billion. Validator undelegated 48 billion Lunic. So KuCoin as a validator. Major dump coming. Lunic. KuCoin undelegated. All its 48.2 billion. Um, its current position is 44 on the validator list. So that's very interesting. I'll have to give my thoughts on that. Undelegating that much is definitely an insane amount. So, anyways, um, yeah, we got about 4 minutes to the live stream until the live stream ends. That's that's pretty insane. The truth has been written. People just ignore it. 48 billion is hot on Twitter. Just waking up, don't go and say you getting off in 30 minutes. I I can't. I gotta go because Harper's upstairs. She needs food. I can't not feed my daughter, so she has to eat. But she won't be home with me next week. I don't think. Wait, maybe she will. Maybe Monday. I think Monday she might be home with me. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it's not. It's been sort of a long week with her. It's great to have her here, to do things with her. Yesterday we went to go to the arcade and play some games and stuff. Um, that was fun. KuCoin didn't help Lunic in the first place. It was all gas. Yeah, I mean they didn't do anything, so it's probably a good thing to where they're not a validator or not doing any or saying that they're going to do something when they don't do something. So maybe this will bring up boycotting um, KuCoin. Let me take that picture. I want to take the picture. I want to steal this picture. My picture now. Do. Let me go to Twitter. I know I'm getting off of here and I'm already doing something. No, take a photo from somewhere else. I don't know where I saved it. There we go. Uh, this is the perfect. All right. Anyways, what's up, Matt? Still dollar cost averaging on Cardano. At this point, I do want to. The problem is that I don't think I have any more money to do so because I'm trying to make sure that I have the tax money to pay the taxes. Especially during we got 4 months to make sure that I have whatever else I lost within this position, and I want to, instead of taking the tax money that I have invested, I want to build up new tax money that I can put towards that. Um, because I don't want to take this money out of these investments and let the investments um, live their their course, run their course. I don't know. Um, I'll start that boycott. Don't get me started on KuCoin. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna post something on Twitter. 48, 48 billion. Um, this is the perfect time. I'll figure it out. I gotta figure this out. All right, we're at an hour. I wanted to get to an hour. Boycott KuCoin to burn 48 billion. Might as well. It's not a bad idea, but I think we should figure that out. Harper needs food. I need that amazing closing statement that gets me through the day. Well, not today. We don't have a good closing statement. No, but I do appreciate everybody being here, guys. Make sure that you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I know there's a lot that's going around with Terra Luna Classic, and we need to remain positive. I think with everything that we have done over these past 5 or 6 months, yes, we've done a lot where it's like back and forth. So we've had a proposal, we've taken away proposals, we've learned from a lot of the things that we have done wrong. So let's find a way to come together as a community, as this project, and hopefully try and implement these burns. Hopefully, try and get these CEXs to do what we need them to do, what the project wants them to do. So, anyways, we'll figure it all out. We'll create videos. We will, post tweets and post videos on Twitter and all this stuff, and hopefully we get through with some people. But anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Make sure you look out for me on Twitter because I'm going to be posting things, especially about this 48 billion, as well as Lunik and Shiba Inu and all these other things. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go feed this child because she needs some Apple Jacks, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.